Welcome to the RIOT podcast for this July 16th in the year of our Lord 2018.
We are planning to have a full, really good week.
Mm-hmm.
Full 5 days.
We would have said that last Monday as well.
I know, but now we really mean it this week.
This time it's your turn.
Hopefully. No, I was already sick. I can't be sick again.
Yeah, because once you're sick one time, it never happens again. Good call, Nikki.
Well, at least not so soon.
Good call.
Well, hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend, and we're back to the week.
So here's what we're looking at. Remember the big Polish hot dog dust-up of Friday, July 14th?
The Costco Polish hot dog?
Yeah, well, guess what? It's about to get real again.
Sam's Club has details.
We've got details there for you. We talk Christmas in July, of course. Then we get into some high-heeled shoes I think Nikki would be great to wear around the office. We definitely touch on the Bruce Willis Die Hard controversy from the weekend. McDonald's makes it into the podcast twice. Mm-hmm, they do. Batman for college credit. And my fear of sharks and how it's not irrational.
I feel like we learn a bit more about that and scare a few people in the process from ever going in the ocean again.
Yeah, or leaving their house. Time to stay inside.
Because you never know when one might strike.
Well, you never know what's going to happen when you go out there. You got to stay home so you can control your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Do not forget to check out RadioU Riot, our Facebook page. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, that's also at RadioU Riot. Take some time, catch up on some old Riot videos while you're there.
All right. You guys have a great Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
Awful, terrible, horrible, pathetic. Someone grab me a thesaurus. I'm gonna need more words to describe how bad these guys are. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I'll tell you what, Nikki, over the weekend, well, it started on Friday when we heard that Costco had canceled the Polish hot dog at their
various locations.
What do you call it? Their food court, right?
Now, here on Friday, we at first thought it was
just the hot dog.
But, because I don't know if even our location sells the Polish hot dog. If so, it's not.
It's on the sign.
It's not like something we've ever tried.
I thought the hot dog was a Polish hot dog.
No, but they're two separate things. But I had heard other people talking over the weekend also saying the hot dog. So a lot of bad information coming out. Mm-hmm. But it's the Polish hot dog that Costco's going to dump.
All right. Well, Sam's Club's got a little message for Costco, Nikki. Are you ready?
What did they start to mention? War! Oh, nice.
It means war, Nikki! They're ready to fight!
Sam's Club?
Yeah!
In a 80s movie sort of way?
Heck yeah, man! Training montage time! Sam's Club is ready!
Okay, what are they
They're
doing?
Ready. This means war, Nikki.
It does.
Tell you what they're doing. Sam's Club announced on Friday. They were like, oh, hey, guys. You worried about there not being a Polish hot dog? We got a Polish hot dog.
Have they always had one, or are they bringing one now?
No. They just decided that they were like, it's cool. We're adding the Polish hot dog to all Sam's Clubs everywhere.
There was a hashtag to try to, bring Costco back to having the Polish hot dog, but that's not enough to make me change from Costco to Sam's Club.
It's real, Nikki. It's real.
You have a Polish hot dog problem if you are doing that.
No, Nikki. They got a battle problem.
They got a battle cry. Now, Costco said they're still selling the hot dogs, you just not in the food court.
Well, not the Polish hot dog.
Well, no, not in the food court. So, you can buy the Polish hot dogs back in the back.
The Kirkland brand Polish hot dog?
Basically.
Okay. All right, sure, fine. But I'm telling you what, Sam's Club's not taking a laying down. You know what Sam's Club saw? Finally an opportunity.
To tweet.
Because here's the thing about Costco. Costco never has a chink in their armor because everyone's always like, and I love them, and I bought this jacket there, and I go there and I eat all the samples, and their return policy is amazing.
And I spent $400 and I don't care.
And I got this piece of pizza for $1.50. Look at how big it is. I mean, like that, everyone always has good things to say about Costco.
And the pizza.
Yeah.
So it is hard when there's actually, something that they've done that have angered people.
Man, at Sam's Club, people are just like, how fast can we get Polish hot dogs in the food court? Go!
Sir, they're not real Polish hot dogs.
Doesn't matter.
Care. It doesn't matter.
They're Czechoslovakian dogs. I don't care.
Get them in here. They will know the difference.
They're left over from the Cold War. Whatever it takes.
Well, if you're a Sam's Club member, then you've got that. If you're a Costco member, I still have yet to meet someone who has told me the Polish hot dogs are good.
I've never eaten one.
I don't even know what the difference is.
I don't either. I've never had one. Now, I was going to say, now I want to go have one, but I don't. I don't actually. I'm good. Like, I'm fine. Which is
probably why they're discontinuing them.
Costco can do what they want as long as that pizza's still there. Because, man,
they'll never touch that.
It's so good.
I know you're like, don't ever say never. No, they'll never touch that.
That Costco pizza is good, man. It's like, the thing that amazes me is that I can go there for $2 and it's enough pizza. You know how sometimes it's like you pay $15 for a pizza and you're like, I don't know if we'll have enough, guys.
I can still eat more.
But like for $2, I'm like, I can't even finish. This is too much pizza. That's what they give me. That's my thing.
That's the quality, the assurance of the Costco name.
Food fights, band interviews, Twitter fights. How else would you want to start your morning?
I feel traumatized, bruh. And now I'm tweeting about you, bruh. And now you're trending, bruh. And now your life is ruined, bruh. And now you're fired, bruh.
It's the Riot on RadioU.
Ooh, the Christmas channel.
I was actually going to bring that up.
Christmas in July. We launched that on Friday. You've got a special RadioU Christmas in July channel that you can listen to anytime you want. Mm-hmm. And that's up on our Roku channel, our RadioU website, and our RadioU app through the end of this month.
Now, Nikki, did you spend any time listening to the Christmas channel this weekend?
I actually did on Friday, so that tidied me over through the weekend, and I'll probably listen while I work this week.
I definitely listened to some Christmas channel this weekend.
It was nice.
It was nice. I really genuinely enjoyed it. And the temptation, my basement has a window. So it's like prison. It's a little window,
Small window, but it's there.
It's a little window, which is one more window than I have in my office at work. So, you know what?
Your whole door is a window. You just have nothing to look at.
It's a window out to more nothing, to more office.
It's a glass window into an office, bigger part.
That's not a window.
But it is. It's just you don't like the view.
You better shut up. We'll take it away.
We could put curtains up.
We'll put a curtain there. We'll put
We'll change the door.
We'll put a whole door there. We'll be stuck in there. Yeah, we'll all watch Netflix all day.
Back to the story.
Can we focus?
Back to the story.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Wait, the Christmas in July channel.
Yeah.
And then you have the temptation to sometimes.
Right.
And you're in your basement.
Okay, I'm in my basement.
Your basement has one window. It's small, prison, all that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was thinking, nobody has to know. Nobody can see in here. I could just go right back there. I've got a pre-lit tree that I got at Target for $25 last Christmas.
Just a nice lit tree.
I just put it right in the corner. I plug it in. There's Christmas lights, Christmas in July channel.
Why then take it down?
I really thought about it.
We could just enjoy it. And I know you're like, well, you can't enjoy it if it's always there.
Well, the thing is, I got judgmental roommates. They're like,
I will say there's someone in my neighborhood that has a tree in their front room, and it's still lit. I don't know if it's
What color are the lights?
White. So I don't know if it's something else or if it changes meanings after Christmas, but it's still there.
Yeah.
But I sometimes judge them when I walk by because I'm like, why is that lit?
Hey, I'll tell you what I'm planning on doing, and maybe I just need somebody. Oh, wait, I got it. Whichever one of us dies first.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Deal.
Okay, whichever one of us dies first, on our deathbed, we say to the other one, light a Christmas tree for me every day.
Ooh,
and that's how you remember me.
No.
No. But the thing is, I'm not saying you have to, but you just leave it,
With
throw
a
the
timer?
switch.
Yeah,
It's got a timer on
timer.
it. And if people are like, oh, I can't believe you've got your Christmas tree, I'll be like, no, this is for my dead friend.
So what are you going to say about it now?
Yeah, now how do you feel?
Deal, I like it.
Okay, so that's just...
I hope that's not the reason why the neighbors have their tree. And it's not outside, it's inside.
It did get dark pretty quick,
It
but I was
did.
just trying to
And
think
we're
of... And we're okay with that. I was just trying to think of...
Not everybody else is.
The thing that you could do that would just shut people up about your tree.
You'd put a little note up there in memorial for this man.
Put a picture of me.
Yeah,
just a little picture.
underneath the tree.
Okay, it's fine.
All right, well, the Christmas in July channel, we've sold it to you, haven't we? It's up and you can listen, and now you know what to do today.
Who doesn't want one? Who doesn't want it, right? Everybody wants it.
If I click on this, will I die? That's
not what we said.
That's what we've left them with.
That's not what we said.
Is it?
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
It's about, what do you think, 6, 7, 8 months ago, I kind of bought myself a Christmas present. I spent all, this is so pathetic, but it's true. I spent all last year saving my money. And then when November hit, I bought myself an Xbox One X.
You did.
Absurdly expensive. It was $500.
But you traded in a lot for it, right?
Yeah, and I saved my money.
Yeah.
I paid cash. No, you know how they say no interest, same as cash? I just had cash. So, I went in and I bought it. And I'll tell you, I've gotten a ton of use out of it.
Good.
I really like that Xbox. It does the whole 4K thing. And really, for me, it's just a place where I play Forza Horizon 3. It's a racing game. It's absurd how much I play it.
Well,
I play it all the time.
Money well spent then if you're using the item.
I do. It is the most expensive thing I have aside from my car. Again, if you're like, that's pathetic. Yes, tell me more.
All right. Which is ironic since, Forza is a car racing game and then your car.
I know. So over the last 2 days, my Xbox One X has been failing. And yesterday, I finally was like, all right, that's it. I have had to reinstall the software over and over again. I've had to re-download Forza and what's the other thing? Whatever, a bunch of games, all this stuff. And finally, I am sending my Xbox off for warranty service.
Oh, good. So you're within the year still.
I am. My warranty's good until January of next year. But here's the part to me that is cool. And I know this is a little nerdy, but I'm not an Apple person, so I've never had this experience. So my Xbox is broken. I go online. I report to them, hey, I'm having trouble with my Xbox. And they were like, hey, you can send it to us, or you can go to a Microsoft store near you. There is a Microsoft store near us.
We do have one.
And I've been in there, and it's basically like, hey, we're like the Apple store, guys.
We're cool, too.
Look how cool we are.
It's just different. You're just used to going to the Apple store.
Well, instead of all blue shirts, they have multiple colored shirts.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. It actually, the Microsoft store is not bad. They do have, a few Windows-y products that you can go in and look at and stuff and whatever. But I don't know what they call it, but you get a Genius Bar appointment at the Apple Store.
Yeah.
I've got a Microsoft whatever appointment today.
So you're going to take your Xbox?
I take my Xbox into them, and they will tell me they can't recreate the problem, and why am I wasting their time?
Eventually just give you a new one once you fight with them long enough.
Something like that. But yeah, I literally last night, one of my roommates was asking me, they're like, well, what's the... what? And I was like, that is the most expensive thing I have. Do you get it? It's...
I love this thing.
I was like, I know that it's pathetic, and I get it that I'm a small person with a little life, but
we must fix its life.
I put a ton of money into that thing. I just want to play the racing cars, and it doesn't work.
What you need to do is take a video of it when it's not working, and then that way when you go in to your appointment, because whenever I try to have it recreate the problem, they're like, well, ma'am, we see nothing and have nothing pulled up, including if my car's doing something.
Right.
I always take a video of it, and then I can be like, do you see this? This is what's going on.
I sent them a really long description of what was happening.
Usually not enough.
And the steps that I took to fix it, which I really hope that they look at that and go, oh, so...
he's tried everything.
He really has tried turning it off and turning it back on. So I guess we can just skip the stupid stuff. I imagine I'll drop it off and I probably won't get it back for 2 weeks, right?
Well, probably.
I really hope they fix it.
Unless they give you a new one, refurbished, fixed one.
Well, the only thing about that is that if it is refurbished, I bought it on launch day, so it can't be any older than the one that I have.
You're right.
Unlike sometimes they're like, here, you can have this Gen 1 iPad from 14 years ago.
As long as they give you the same one, but they're like, yeah, it's new, and it just doesn't have any of its packaging, its box stuff. It's fine.
You know what? At this point, as long as it works, I'd take it. But Nikki, I'm having the mirror experience of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Microsoft store to meet with they don't have geniuses, they have smart people.
Smart experience.
Instead of a Genius Bar, they have
not a bar. It's what's another word for a bar?
It's a
sit-down table?
Smart commissary.
A commissary?
I don't know. Something, but that's where I'm going.
Oh, well, have a good time.
It's nerdy and weird, but I'm a little excited about it.
I would go with you, but they'll know me a mile away of a person who does not belong there.
I'm just excited about being able to actually hand it to a person instead of putting it in a box and hoping for the best.
Well, that way I like to experience the annoyance in person when trying to get something fixed.
That too.
It's just something special that way.
Sure, the Riot could start eating healthy, or they could continue living happy, enjoyable lives. The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, how long since you've been to McDonald's?
McDonald's, was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday.
Okay, did you develop, and this is a direct quote from Dr. Patricia Quinslink, she wants to know if you developed diarrhea, especially watery diarrhea or fatigue.
You know, it's medical, and so I appreciate when you share these stories, but the answer is no.
You didn't?
No, I did not.
Well, that's a relief.
But I also didn't get a salad, and I know that seems to be the touchy subject when it comes to McDonald's. 100
McDonald's customers have fallen ill from cyclospora.
Which is such a small amount compared to, well, I don't know how many people order salads from locations.
Well, I always figure a McDonald's salad is something that they put on the menu, but they're like, we don't really have this. I mean, you're a McDonald's. Come on, right? But apparently somebody out there is ordering a McDonald's salad.
Someone did.
Somebody did that, and they paid the price for it. You know, it probably comes down to people order them so infrequently that at McDonald's they're like, yeah, I mean, that salad's been there for a while, but it's fine.
I mean, it's been in the fridge.
Put some ketchup on it. It's no big deal. Have a salad.
I've only had one salad from McDonald's in my whole life.
I've never done a McDonald's salad. Now, I've done salads at Burger King and Wendy's.
And Wendy's, yeah.
But even at Burger King, it was like, who am I kidding here? Like, what am I doing?
It's always just items that are used in other things. And they're like, no, we can put this. We can make a salad. We can do this. We can make it.
I do feel like I can get a pretty good salad at Wendy's, though.
No, they do a good job.
What is it? There's something apple chicken salad. That's the one that if I'm going to get a salad while I'm out and about, the Wendy's salad is, it's doable. So, they say that about 100 people have gotten that. They've found 90 cases in Illinois, 15 in Iowa. So that's 105 so far. And it looks like...
Which is the temperature you might be getting.
But it's
fine. If you get that sickness.
Don't you worry about it.
Oh, that's terrible.
McDonald's said that about 3,000 stores were affected, and they're chucking the salads. And then, of course, they'll be unchucking salad by flying in new ones.
I don't know.
You know what?
At least think of this. At least they know if you got sick and you're like, somehow your friends and family know, hey, you're a part of the McDonald's sickness. It is obvious, and they know that you were eating a salad. That's good.
Here's something, though, that I want you to focus in on.
Yeah.
You're right. This gives you an opportunity to a salad brag.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I tried to eat well.
Yeah, it gives you that opportunity, but I want to take you to the next level, Nikki, and realize this, that salad is the problem. Mm-hmm. You know what? We keep hearing all these people getting sick from salad. Chipotle lettuce, McDonald's salad. What was the other one last week that was also a salad thing? I don't remember, but it was the thing, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I've never heard of a chicken McNugget problem. Have you?
Anybody?
Has anybody ever heard of like hundreds of people getting sick from McNuggets?
That's because it's always vegetables where they're like, well, it was grown in a field that was getting run off from,
the sewer
bathroom
plant.
sewer thing, and it sat there in it, and there came the disease.
I'm telling you, McNuggets for health. A healthier you in 2018 starts with McNuggets.
You don't want this salad sickness, do you?
Breaded, fried, perfect.
It fries out all those germs.
It does. You're getting it all cooked out.
Now, what if you got that, but it was still on a salad?
What, a nugget on a salad?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Well, they kind of do.
That's not the same. Pass the honey mustard and the sweet and sour and the fries.
You could be learning jujitsu right now, or how to drive a race car, or do anything productive with your life, but no. You're listening to the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So Nikki and I were discussing items that you might be on the lookout for Amazon Prime on Amazon's Prime Day that happens later today and tomorrow. And I have found here, Nikki, the Cypress V heel.
Ooh, what is it?
Doesn't that sound nice?
Sounds
Why don't you go ahead and click the link that I sent you for this shoe that may be of interest to you. It's available in a variety of colors and retails for between...
Oh, it's a Croc. No, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Like, that's a Croc. No, it's a Croc, isn't it? The Crocs, shoes.
Crocs shoes.
Oh, they have heels now?
But it is a high-heeled Croc
version
shoe.
Mm. Mm-hmm. between $80 to $224. I wonder what the difference is between them. They're
Probably
casual.
just the color, right?
They're saying comfortable. It's got like the wedge look, and there's different variations you can look at.
Hey, man, people still buy those. Where was I? I guess it's been...
Not these. I've never seen these.
No, but people still buying and wearing Crocs. I guess Crocs are really popular with...
Like if you're a medical
healthcare,
field, yeah.
like the healthcare profession.
But I've seen different studies on it. Like some people say, yes, they're great for your feet if you're on your feet all day. And then I've seen others that are like, no, they're the worst things for you.
I don't know the answer to that. I mean, if you work in the healthcare field, you do what you got to do. For everybody else.
You wear what you need, whatever is comfortable, because you're doing a lot during the day. Mm-hmm. I've never owned Crocs before.
Well, that makes two of us.
I've also never had the high heel version.
But what if you could? Is this the answer? Like, has Croc finally released the shoe, Nikki, that you'll be like, yeah?
No, if you scroll down, there's platform Crocs that were popular from Balenciaga a while ago. Mm-hmm. Those I would wear before anything else.
Okay.
But not like the high heel ones from Crocs themselves.
I'm really not feeling the Croc. I know people that wear them, unironically.
And you try to be supportive, you know?
And it's like,
I know we got to be supportive.
Hey, if you want to, it's fine. Where were we? I was at an outlet mall, which that feels right, doesn't it? I was on vacation. We stopped at an outlet mall. They had a big Croc outlet.
Yeah.
A big
They
one.
have stores.
They had everything? Color, every size. Like, you just wouldn't believe it. And you get those things, I don't know what they call them, but you put them in the holes. And they're like little...
The little buttons, the pins, the decoration
decorative
for it.
Whatever.
So, yeah, that's something. The Crocs Cypress V heel, if you are wanting to look at those.
Well, and I feel like, at $80 it's too much. But for Prime Day, if I could get them down to $45
you can get a deal,
or $50...
That might be a stylish shoe.
Maybe that would be a thing. So... Well, there you have it, Nikki.
Okay, I'm passing, but who knows? I won't shut the door completely. Maybe they are really comfortable.
Who knows? And think about that. You always wear high heels to work. This would be a chance for you to have a really comfortable heel.
Actually, I
without
don't.
Sacrificing.
This is not really the comfort. This is not the work environment that really works well with heels. So we don't wear those.
It could be.
But if I had these, I'd be comfortable.
These could be the heel that finally makes it at RadioU.
The Riot sees gas station hot dogs as part of a balanced breakfast.
Is that bad?
Well, not good.
It's The Riot.
On RadioU.
Want to say what's up to Kristen? She texted us. Remember, you can text us as well anytime you want, 877-2-RADIO-U. You can call us, too. But I know the idea of actually talking on the phone is a little scary. But
intimidating, is that it?
You can talk to us if you want to, but you can text as well, 877-2-RADIO-U.
But I think I heard it on Saturday, or maybe when you were out last week.
Yes.
But we had a Worst of Riot clip, which talked about a while ago a sleep app. And I think this was around the time they had a Bob Ross extension app to it, so that you could hear him while you were trying to sleep.
So Kristen says, Obi, thanks for talking about apps while you sleep. My husband found one that sounds like a thunderstorm, and it's the only thing that's helped him sleep. Thanks again. If you guys haven't heard us talk about it, I have a hard time sleeping.
It's hard to shut our brains off.
And so one of the things I did is I found an app that has 100 sounds in it that you can just go through.
Do you really fall asleep to the snowstorm?
Okay, get a load of this.
What does that sound like?
Well, first off, you pretty much have got to pay for YouTube Red in order to do what I'm saying, because if you don't, it will break in with a commercial and scare the crap out of you, because I've had this experience. But with YouTube Red, there's no commercials on YouTube. And I found YouTube is full of, if you have a hard time sleeping, they have just the amount of just sound, long form sound
10,
things that you
hours.
can find are crazy. Well, I found this one, was it Saturday night? That was 8 hours of a snowstorm. And I was like, you know what? Let's see what that's like. I turned that on.
Really? I am amazed at that.
It knocked me right out. I was gone. In fact, you know what, dude? Here, I've got my YouTube pulled up. Let me see if I can find it for you.
Can you pull it up?
Let's see. History.
Weird.
I listened to it again last... Yep, here it is.
But then what would you... That's what you fell asleep to?
knocked
Careful there.
me out.
Not too long. You don't want to fall asleep.
For real, it knocked
So
me
then
out.
if-
And here it is.
if it's in winter time-
6 hours of this.
Of the snowstorm. What would you do in the winter then if you're having trouble sleeping during a snowstorm?
Well, then you get the beach sounds.
Then you get the ocean ones.
you just need whatever you're not getting.
Boy, why are our brains so unique to where they, certain things just work?
Well, I do think that we...
And that doesn't sound like, it is a snowstorm, but I don't know what I expect. It's a windstorm.
If you saw, here, I'll send you... No, I can't from here, but
Is there snow on it?
Oh, yeah, it's 3... you can see it. The video of it, even the video is like, you could sit there and watch it, and eventually you'd just be like...
Falling asleep.
Because it's snow blowing. They say the video was recorded in the Ukraine and during a snowstorm, and it says that's what the audio's from, but who knows? But yeah, there's a whole... YouTube is loaded with this. Would you... want a crackling fire?
Oh, I still think I like the ocean stuff better.
The ocean, to be honest, doesn't work as well for me.
Not like this snowstorm.
Well, you know what I think it is that I think it probably has to do with what in your mind triggers feelings of comfort.
Yeah.
And so, for me, the sound of the wind, I'm like, oh, I'm inside and I'm cozy and I'm relaxed. Or even the fireplace. I have a fireplace, so when I start a fire, I almost always fall asleep by the fire. So hearing the fire sounds...
That's comfortable to you.
Somewhere inside my head, it tricks something. But yeah, dude, seriously, if you need it, even if you can't find an app, YouTube is loaded.
Oh, now there's something about that. I used to always take a nap when it rains in the afternoon.
I'll tell you what, that's a good one too. And here's one for you. Here's a thunderstorm.
That's good. Now, people are falling asleep listening to us.
Guys, stop it.
Stop
Okay.
it. Stop
How about
playing
this
the
one?
sounds.
This is rain and thunderstorm with a fireplace.
Boy, just throwing everything in.
You hear a little wind, crackling fire
in the background.
I'm telling you, dude. But again, for me, that stuff works. That puts me to sleep.
Well, it worked for Kristen.
And I used to listen to, I had some sitcoms that I liked, and I just turned one of those on, and that would kind of help me fall asleep. Oh, this right here.
Not like a snowstorm, apparently.
This right here will get you. It'll get you.
What are you listening to, Obi? Nothing. Don't even ask.
Don't worry about it, all right? I'm listening to a Ukrainian snowstorm.
Do you even listen?
But it works.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's The Riot on RadioU.
I'm sure a lot of you were watching the World Cup over the weekend, but probably the most important thing that happened during the World Cup was this. The airing of the Doctor Who teaser trailer.
I saw that it was trending on YouTube. That's the only reason why I know this.
Come on. Who cares about the football when we can talk about the Doctor, right? I know. Doctor Who is not what it was. There was a moment where it felt like the entire nation, or at least the nerds, were gripped by Who fever. Whovians. Who. All the Who's in Whoville.
You're like, what is that? Then you never one of them.
Yeah, it's fine. It was that little blue thing that said police box on it.
You used to have a messenger bag, and that's why I learned it was the TARDIS.
The TARDIS. I gave that bag to a friend because it was not meeting my professional needs.
Anymore.
No, I need a purse that I can wear on my bag.
You have a backpack.
I've got a backpack that with hundreds of pockets. Just
to stuff all your stuff.
Stuff all the stuff in. So they did. It was our first look at Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor.
Is this the first time a female doctor? First
female doctor ever. So they've only been nurse who's until now, but now they're doctors. Equality!
I guess I get confused. Sometimes I think I'm hearing the talk about it, but then the doctor's not there yet. Mm-hmm. It sounds so stupid, too, by the way the doctor's not there yet. And so I like...
Maybe you should go to a different urgent care.
Well, the show runs so... short, and there's a lot of time in between it. So then we're like, oh, I thought they already had the woman Doctor Who character.
No, they announced it 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I feel like, wait, I thought you already had this, but now it's just finally time for the show to air.
It is true.
Or the trailer.
The Beeb makes it once a year or whatever. So that's where they're at, Nikki. Doctor Who series 11. I actually don't know when it starts. Is it it is later this year, right? Maybe with the Christmas special?
With TV shows, we've been getting dates all wrong recently with all this stuff, so I don't know. We'll look.
I don't know either, but yes, she will be replacing Peter Capaldi in the Doctor's newest regeneration. Okay, maybe she actually... Did that happen in the Christmas special last year?
Ask me that. You can't ask me that. I don't know.
No, I was just asking,
asking the world?
rhetorical.
Just throwing it out there.
I didn't watch that, so I'm not really sure. But the teaser doesn't really show much. It does show her showing up and smiling just a bit.
Oh, I see. That's what we have to do.
What?
As the woman doctor, be smiling.
The Doctor's kind of goofy.
I know
so
they do. You're fine.
It fits. And, I mean... It's a nice image, Nikki. She's got a nice smile.
Right.
Am I allowed to say that, or is that...
Seems a bit.
Yeah.
Bit much.
I won't say that, but I'm really curious to see where it goes, which means I'll watch at least 15 minutes of the first episode. At least.
But did you actually used to be like a more hardcore fan or just someone who watched it from afar?
I really, really enjoyed David Tennant as the Doctor. I also really enjoyed Matt Smith, but at some point I just lost interest in it. So I think I watched an episode of Peter Capaldi. I'm sure he was fine. I just wasn't interested anymore. So maybe this will bring me back or not.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the RadioU app.
You've heard us talking about a certain Christmas channel. You have.
Christmas in July.
What if I said to you, Nikki, the RadioU Christmas in July Christmas channel is not a Christmas channel?
Well, it's not a Christmas.
It's not a Christmas channel. It's a riot channel.
Well, because we're hosting it?
It's not a Christmas channel. It's a riot channel. How would you react to that?
Well, I mean, that's not true. We're a part of it, but it's a team effort.
It's a riot channel, Nikki. It's not a Christmas channel. Now, why would I say something like that? I'll tell you why. Because over the weekend, a certain Christmas movie celebrated its 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's what you call a perennial. That's something that comes back every year. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or is that an annual? Boy, I don't know a lot about flowers.
Now that you say it, you're like, wait, what is it? An annual comes every year.
Right. A perennial, lasting or existing for a long or apparently infinite time, enduring or continually recurring. Yes.
Hey, that's motivational. Enduring.
Enduring.
Ooh.
Let's endure. Just like Die Hard, Nikki.
So is Die Hard the movie you said was celebrating 30 years?
30 years, I guess, as of this weekend. And so one of the stupid arguments that everybody's like, haha, internet fun every year is whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And
is it set at Christmas time?
It is set at Christmas. John McClane, he's a New York cop, Nikki. His wife, Holly Gennaro, she had moved to L.A. about 6 months earlier to take a job with the Nakatomi Corporation. And he thought she would just end up kind of washing out and coming back to New York. And he had a 6-month backlog of New York scumbags that he was trying to lock up.
So he couldn't go out and join her, just waiting.
And so for Christmas, he's flying out to spend time with her, and she took the kids.
Yeah.
And they're all going to hang out together there. And he shows up at the corporate Christmas party there on December 24th. He's up on, I think it's the 33rd floor. He goes up there for the party, and that's when
he has no trouble remembering this.
Some hijinks ensue.
And that's the movie.
As you may be familiar with. Yeah.
How many diehards are there?
5.
5?
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's 5. You can stop at 1.
That's the only one you ever reference.
I really do like Die Hard 2, but it's terrible. Like, it is not a good movie, but I think that's part of what I like about it.
The first one?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's good? Okay.
It is actually, all jokes aside, it is a solid action film.
And it's what he always says is his favorite Christmas movie.
It had a lasting effect on the action film genre, if you look at what came before and after. But all of that being said, Nikki, Bruce Willis, the star of Die Hard, 30 years later this weekend said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Oh, wow. Now the fans don't have to pay attention to him anymore.
You know what he says? It's a Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, okay. Well, there, he brought it back around. Way to go, Bruce Willis.
Unfortunately, it sounds like Bruce Willis may be true to his reputation. I don't know if you've heard.
All right, well, you can still call it a Christmas movie if you want.
So I just want you to know.
That was during his roast, though, so he was trying to be funny.
Well, let me just tell you this, Nikki. Something that you'll never have to worry about, roast or not. Roast. A Christmas beast.
Back to the story.
Okay, all right. The Riot will always refer to the RadioU Christmas channel, no matter what month it is, July or otherwise, as the Christmas channel. It is Christmas!
Well, this is our Christmas in July channel, though.
Yeah, but it's still Christmas Eve.
We thought about selling the worst of the Riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the RadioU app.
So I guess not all the McDonald's news is bad. They had to do a salad recall from about 3,000 locations due to some foodborne illness. In other words, it was bad, guys.
Yes, very bad, they said.
Bad. That being said, McDonald's is apparently from like now until, is it in August or through August? They're basically offering a $1 coupon it's through September 30th. They're offering, one coupon every day if you get their app. And I guess the coupon that they're offering is a $1 sandwich. So like a Big Mac, a Filet-O-Fish, they're only a couple.
Wants that one.
Nobody does. Okay. Do you want to know a funny story? Do you know who likes Filet-O-Fish sandwiches?
Who does?
You know the guy who does our voice stuff for the radio station?
Yeah.
Who's like, right? His name's Tim. He loves Filet-O-Fish.
Does he?
He does. We have a liner that talks about how much we don't like it, and he was like, hey, I like those.
I like those things.
Yeah.
I think I went through a phase when I did at one point, but it's
When
just
you were
not
5.
It's just not what you go to now.
Yeah, but that's one of the things they're doing. Like
Especially if you have a coupon. You can go for the most expensive sandwich you can get.
Well, yeah, but every single day they put a new coupon in the app.
Do you have to buy with the app or just show them the coupon on your app?
I don't know the answer to that because I don't have the McDonald's app. Because, guys, I want to explain something to you. It's the middle of July. First, they want to get you to download the McDonald's app so that you'll have it on your phone. And then they want you to develop a habit.
Oh,
and that
one a day?
That
could be a good habit or a bad one.
That habit is checking the app every day for a new coupon and using that coupon at McDonald's. And so what they're doing is they are sacrificing however much a Big Mac costs with the hope that once you get hooked on a daily Big Mac fix.
Yep.
You start coming back even when the price goes up.
You could still use the terms. You know, the dealer is willing to get you hooked on the stash. By giving you a little sample at a discounted price with a coupon.
Hey, that first taste is free. You just go right ahead. Help yourself. Whatever. It looks, Nikki, that you can use the coupon in the store, so they'll scan your phone, or
when you go through the drive-thru,
order through the app, which I've never ordered through the McDonald's app. I've never downloaded the app. Jocelyn wants us to know that she likes Filet-O-Fish.
Jocelyn, we're glad you like it. It's fine.
At least somebody does, right? So that's the thing. Congratulations, Jocelyn.
Well, you could get one for $1 if you download the app and use the coupon every day.
There you go.
Man, can you imagine? You start that everyday habit.
It's bad.
That stuff is hard to break.
I'll tell you what, if I saw, they can't get me with the sandwich. Yeah. I got no problem. Oh, look, there's Julia. She also likes the Filet-O-Fish.
Did you notice? Jocelyn, Julia.
It's all J's.
It's all J's.
It's J love for the Filet-O-Fish.
That's it.
I'll tell you this right now. If it was a 10-piece McNugget for $1.
Wow. I mean, can we get that? Is that possible?
It's not. And I'll just tell you.
With the hot mustard sauce.
If you wanted to get me.
That would be it.
That would be the way. Because, man, think about this. You get 10-piece McNugget for $1. And then you get $1 soda. $2 a day.
That's lunch.
For lunch.
That's $2 for lunch.
Man, come on. Getting excited thinking about it. But it's a lie. It's not real.
At least that part.
They got sandwiches
well,
that
I
you
love
can get
how you're
in.
like, here, get them. What do we do? I just give them $1 sandwich. It's
Something
fine.
$1.
They'll be friends for life.
That's the hope. That's the strategy here, guys.
Because now, I mean, we're getting out of, bikini season into winter weight.
Well, you got to pack on some weight to stay warm.
Like, if you didn't lose the weight for this summer, you're not going to. So now it's about making sure you have enough for the winter. This takes us through that.
The winter weight you've been carrying is not?
No, that's different.
That doesn't count?
No, that's last season.
You need some fresh ones?
No, because when it becomes summertime, now it's just weight. It's not winter weight anymore. It's just weight.
It's fine. You know what? It's insulation, and don't you worry about it.
The Riot. The Riot.
All right, pace yourself because you're going to have to do this all day for very little money.
Radio U.
Now, I've been told that I have an irrational fear of sharks. Because, for example, like right now, I'm afraid of sharks.
Even though you're not near them.
There's no land sharks. There isn't one at the door. There isn't one out there. But I can tell you that I still, probably every day, think to myself, I hope I don't die because of a shark today. Because sharks are terrifying. I don't want to see them. I just want you to know I partially blame my uncle for that fear because when I was little, he used to chase me around with a plastic shark.
And did he used to hang you over the toilet or something?
He also did that, which is
there's
why
the water fear with the sharks.
I also have a fear of toilets, which is too bad because, gotta have one, right? I mean, I've got more than one toilet in my house. It's terrifying. It's weird. But yeah, he used to take the shark and he had it in his top drawer in his room. And so he would be like,
how old was he?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I was curious, like, how old was he doing to be tormenting you?
You'd have to know my family history, but like there's a long history of cruelty to children.
Oh, even when they're older?
Yeah, that's just something that you do.
I gotcha.
It's a rite of passage.
So even in the pool, you're like, oh, no shark would be here, but you still get nervous.
Dude, when I was little, I remember I was taking swim lessons at a place called Subaquatics, and they just had like a regular pool. But then they had this deep dive pool for people that were like training to use equipment.
Scuba.
And if you looked inside, they had a little shark painted on the side of the wall. And of course, I was terrified of that pool. I used to be afraid that I would fall in or something, and there would be the shark.
No one would know that there was really a shark there because they think, oh, it's just the one painted on the pool.
Yeah. Sometimes I would be swimming, and I would just think, what if a shark got in our pool?
Gosh, I don't know how it did, but what if?
What if there was a shark in the pool?
Yeah, so what about your fear?
Well, it's perfectly justified. As you can see here from Dustin, he's 30 years old. He was out swimming at Fernandina Beach in Florida on Friday afternoon. He's standing in 2 feet of water, Nikki.
Yeah.
You can drown in a glass of water. Well, you can get a shark bite in 2 feet of water.
So one bit him?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
What
Except
type
for
of
the
shark
fact that
was
he's
it?
psychologically scarred forever.
No, because now you have great chances. How would it be to get bit by a shark twice? Like now he's free from that fear.
No.
They'd be like, oh, this man, he was already bit. I already got him. Let him go.
Nope. Here's what happens. All right, he's at home at night, and
his leg starts to throb.
No, you know what happens is like, how sometimes like your leg gets caught in the blanket in a funny way? All of a sudden he's like, and he's kicking the blanket because he thinks there's a shark in his bed.
That's how he has to live. That's terrible.
That's where that guy's at now.
That's where it is.
That's where it is. It haunts him. Ghost Shark is after this guy now, Nikki.
Oh, my gosh. And then he gets this infection years later, and out pops a shark tooth that they never knew was there.
Or what if...
We're going to make this way worse for this guy.
What if he suddenly he finds himself like as he's cooking steak, he makes it more and more raw.
Oh,
more and more raw.
Stop.
And pretty soon he's just eating raw steak.
Yes, because it's the shark thing.
Then he looks in his mouth and he notices he's got a second line of teeth coming in behind his regular teeth.
And he can't stop watching Shark Week, even though we all stopped watching Shark Week.
And he how's this for body horror? And he's terrified of sharks, but he's turning into one, so he's even more afraid.
Okay, well,
because he's afraid of himself.
So is he okay? Like in the actual story, since we just made up all this stuff for him, we want to know the actual details.
Is there any real news attached to this?
I don't know.
So I've learned that Obadiah
he got bit by a shark and made it into 4 minutes of all this other shark stuff.
Yeah, he's got several 4-inch lacerations and puncture wounds. I think he's out of the hospital by now, but he's going to be okay aside from the other things we talked about. It wasn't just him, though. On Friday, there was another 17-year-old that was about a mile down the beach, also bitten by a shark in his feet.
Gotta be careful. Especially what happens is in Florida is you'll go, a lot of fisher people will go walk out, and they'll be on, the sandbar and stuff. So it's only a couple of feet high, but what they don't realize is sharks hang out around that, and they'll be happy to come take a bite out of you.
I have to stay out. That's why, I just take a bath at home. I'm safe in the bath. It's safe there because there's not enough room for the shark because I'm a large person. So
Get in.
the shark can't even get in.
It just wants to come in.
I don't have to be afraid.
Okay, well, don't be afraid.
I'm a little afraid, and it's justifiable.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Oh, loneliness and cheeseburgers are a dangerous mix.
The Riot with Nikki.
Shut up.
Oh, don't tell me to shut up!
The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, let's talk about a subject that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Something important.
Batman?
Batman. The Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
He's the one that, Nikki, he's out there saving us all from the evils of
Stuff
and people
the world.
and whatever. Yes.
Yes, what we're facing.
If it wasn't for him, like Bane would burn down our city and stuff. I don't know. But he's out there, and we're glad he's there.
You like the Batman character. You
Dude,
like him.
I love Batman. And let me tell you what else I love. College. So what happens when Batman goes to college? No, that's not it.
That's a new show on the CW. Oh, it'd actually be high school.
Bruce, actually, it totally would. It would be, people in their 30s playing people in their teens.
As he's an exchange student going to a new school.
A new high school. I'm 35. Don't I look 14? I don't understand. So actually, there's a new class that's going to be happening at the University of Baltimore, a class called The Evolution of Batman. Straight up, you can take Batman as a college course. Now, I don't always feel like I deserve an honorary degree, but this one...
But if you did, this would be one that would work.
That's a shoo-in, bro. I'm taking the Batman class, and I think you guys can just go ahead and put me down for credit. Because I've already been studying Batman.
I would really like it if you go in and the professor's like, why don't you just teach this? I mean, you know more than I do.
Well, thank you, Professor. As a matter of fact,
Don't mind if I do.
I just might. No, some people would know a lot more about Batman than I do. But I feel like I'd be above average.
You'd be great.
I think I could go into that class, and if not offer insights, I could certainly get an easy A. That's what I'm feeling right there. If nothing else, you go in there, and sometimes you're looking for that, right? You just got to fulfill one of those core requirements. You just want to see this thing done.
It'd be good.
You end up taking, I went into an astronomy class, and after the first class was like, I'm not taking it because this guy, it's crazy in here. I'm not coming back. So you just drop it, and that book still returns to the bookstore.
You would have room then for the Batman class.
No problem. Right. So Batman. Now, it's only being offered, as I said, at the University of Baltimore, but I'd like to take that class, Nikki. I like a scholarly pursuits when it relates to the Batman.
Then that way, if they're like, hey, what are you listening to? Like, well, I'm just working on my class stuff, guys.
Just class stuff. Don't worry about it.
I got a lot of work to do. I got to study.
Oh, we need this class in our life.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.